This is Dolmar Cross with Real Advisors, and this is the real deal. I wanted to bring on some of our community members right now that are absolutely dominating it. This is Gloria and Andrea. They are rock stars in the Texas market. They are doing high figures every month right now in their business. And so right now, while everyone is worried about what's going on in the marketplace, I wanted to get people like them on here who are doing deals right now, making adjustments though to their business, adapting to what's going on, and just have them pull the curtain back a little bit, pick their brains on what are they doing to adapt and adjust to still do deals and thrive right now in this marketplace. So we've been chatting for a little bit before this call, and they've been sharing some of what they've been doing already, and I'm already blown away. And I know that this will be very helpful for a lot of our community members and people that are trying to figure things out just like you guys have right now as well. So staying connected to people like yourselves are why I love our group. And it's what's going to help other members, even you guys, figure out what's working. When the last recession came, I told Jeff this the same thing. When the last recession happened, I was crushed in real estate, but when the recession came, I lost everything. It was like the rug was pulled from under me seemingly overnight. And instead of staying connected to other investors in my community, in my network, and figure out what's going on with them, I became depressed. I allowed the external negative forces to change my mindset, and I stayed in my house. I literally lost 2 years. I think it was actually 2.5 years of time because I didn't know how to adapt. And it was just one random day I ran into Lee, a guy named Jason, and another guy named Drew, and all of them were doing deals, and they all were like, "Dolmar, what's happening? What's going on with you? Why are you not doing deals right now?" And they helped change my mindset in that just one day, meeting all of them on different appointments. They all helped shift my mindset like that, and so that's why I tell people right now, like in times like this, that's why you need to stay more connected to like-minded people, because if you just listen to the news and listen to all the negativity out there, it's easy to get enrolled into those things. It's easy to make excuses, right? It's easier to make excuses of why things aren't going the way they should be, or why things are going this way and not that way. And so that's why I love talking to people like you and staying connected to people like you, because while all of that's going on, you've carved out a niche. You figured out the adaptations you needed to make in your market to your business to still dominate right now. And so thank you so much, first of all, for jumping on here and being willing to be so transparent and open and real.
And what I love about all of this is that whenever you get in situations like this, it kind of makes you dig in deeper, because, when things are going good, it's like, hey, things are going good, right? You don't have to dig in deep. You don't have to think of ways to be creative. Things are just rolling. But when situations like this is when you really sit down and you think, okay, like, what is my next step? So you start to bring out more out of you than what you didn't think you even had. So, that when I told Gloria, I'm like, this is the time where where millionaires become millionaires. So that's exactly what we're going to do, you and I. And even we're moms as well. So we got to handle mom stuff as well. I always got to throw that out there because, for men it's different because this is all they're focusing on, they're, they don't have to worry about kids and all of that. And, we're at home homeschooling kids while still running our business and still closing deals. So that's more kudos to us.
My wife is sitting right here next to me, listening to this, and she's like, yep.
Yeah. So, while you have other men running away and being scared, you have us that we still have to handle things at home and our business, So that's what we've been doing. And it wasn't easy to adapt at first, but you really don't have a choice. So it's kind of like you got to get your mind to adapt to it quick and move on. Like you said, it's easier to make excuses to say, well, now I have to be at home homeschooling kids. I'm gonna have to put the business to the side. No, this is the time where you have to become more creative and find out ways of how we're gonna be able to get through this.
If anything, the situation right now with COVID-19 has actually helped us refine our processes to make them better. Hey, who wouldn't want to run leaner and still be able to profit, So it's definitely helped us to just refine everything that we were doing,
Right now it's April. It's April 24th today. I just interviewed one of our other real family members, Jeff. And so today's April 24th. I have a bunch of interviews lined up today because I wanted to use today as a day to show what people are doing right now today. And so in the month of April, we got the COVID situation going on, a lot of uncertainty in the marketplace, and you guys are crushing it still in spite of what's going on out there in the world, in spite of all the external forces, sometimes negative external forces and the negative news and all of that stuff. You all have leaned in your market. You've figured out what's working. You've leaned in on that, and you've gotten rid of all the other stuff that wasn't working, and you've leaned in on what is working, made you more profitable. And so I want you to share specifically, what are you doing right now to adapt, adjust, pivot your business to thrive during these times and still take down deals while other real estate investors are worried about what's going on. They're leaving the industry, and others are looking at this as a viable option, but still not sure if they should do it or not. What are you guys doing right now?
So what we're doing as far as marketing, with marketing, we're being a little more cautious, a little more detailed. So what we're doing is stacking different distress properties. Like, for example, we got non-owner occupied, out of state, and also tax delinquent, and suits and judgments. That was one, and that's actually they've been pretty responsive to that list. So there's no shortage of properties. People are definitely wanting to sell, but we're kind of being picky about what we're picking up because we already know who our buyers are.
Right.
And we know at what price point they're going to buy. So, our offers are lower, but they're definitely still profitable. There's definitely meat on those bones. So really, honestly, it's just being a little more detailed with our marketing. We're running lean right now. We let go of people that weren't producing, cold callers that weren't producing, because we don't want to have a high overhead, So just being more detailed and running leaner is how we're going to make it, and just using different strategies as far as we're wholesaling, we're net listing, and to disposition these properties, we're also calling on real estate agents that have had properties in that particular area.
So another thing too, like now we're working with a lot of different agents. So we're doing a lot of net listing. So instead of blasting it like to our buyers list, now we're putting some of these properties on the market because we're getting better response that way. So, and also, our spreads, like our wholesale fees, are becoming larger as well. So right now, instead people are saying like, oh, we'll take whatever. No, we're like, hey, we're going to get the larger spread even with COVID-19. So that's definitely something we're still, we're still being picky about how we're doing things. We're not just going to settle for whatever or for whatever comes to the table. Like we're, saying like, this is how much we're going to make. This is what it is. So we're kind of, and net listing is working for us because our spreads are able to become bigger. So
for the newbies that for people looking at real estate as an option right now, they may not know what net listing means. Can you share what that means exactly real quick for those that may be watching this?
Yeah, so a net listing is, for example, if we have a seller that says, hey, I want to make 85. Well, I already know that my buyers are not going to buy that at 85, right? So I'll say, okay, look, but I know that it's still a deal, and on MLS, they pay more. Buyers on MLS pay more. So I'll tell the seller, I said, okay, hey, we can give you the 85, but I'm going to have to list this property to cast a wider net to get more buyers interested. If that number is not going to work for me, but I'll list it for you. All I'm going to do is add the closing costs and commissions to the price. You're still going to get your 85. I'm going to make sure you don't have to cover the closing costs and commissions, and we can get your deal sold.
Amazing. I love it. And thanks for sharing some of those innovations that you guys are doing right now to adapt. So to keep this real, I want to, because talking theory is one thing, right? Talking about the deals that you guys are doing is one thing. I want to see if you're willing to share.
Yeah.
And open up the accounts, pull the curtain back.
Curtains.
They want to look behind the hood. Show us.
Show us. Show us the money.
Show the people, they want to see.
So what do you want us to do? Put our podium?
How do you want us to show you?
So I guess maybe log into your Podio account, or maybe pull up a recent HUD statement on a deal that you have going on right now, whatever you're willing to share.
Well, we just closed on a 10 deal. This was in March. So March was actually our biggest month ever. And this was still whenever it was COVID-19. So we can pull that up, and the deals that we closed, I think, how much did we close in March?
I got to pull it up in Podium.
Let's pull it up. But March was our biggest month ever. Like it was awesome.
Yeah. So how do I share my screen? I have my bank account here.
It can't get more realer than that, right? We're showing bank accounts, okay? We ain't showing just Podio. We're showing what's in the account.
There you go.
This is a deal that we closed on the 20th.
Just a few days ago.
Yeah.
Yes. We'll go to that.
This is another deal that we closed on the 9th. This is another deal right here.
That was April 1st.
Wow, $140,000.
Yes.
I'm just doing the math right now. We're at 150.
That's another one on 401.
Right
there.
That was
same day.
One. And this is all in April.
2 deals that we closed in April at the same day. One for 140 and the other one for 22,500.
Man, so I was doing the math real quick. I had my calculator out just to add up real quick. If my calculations are correct with what I saw so far, that's $176,000 in.
That was just in April. Let's show you March.
We can't. It's only letting us go to 3.
Dang it. Well,
so we're doing good.
And what did you do in March? We can just talk about it. What did you?
Let's pull up Podio. We will pull up Podio for March, because March was a really good month as well. And these are transactions that were already closed in March.
Man, so all these deals closed in the month of March.
Thank God I know how to do this.
I know.
Oh, God. This is March right here.
So that's the month of March.
That's the month of March, 184,000. And this is while COVID-19.
And look at this, Dolmar. It was only 7 deals.
Oh my gosh. So 7 deals in the month of March, 85,000?
Yeah.
And these are closed deals. These are not even like pending. That's what we closed. So between March and April, what's the math?
Yeah, so I calculated, I think it was 176 that I calculated that you showed me in the bank account for the month of April.
Right.
And then this for March.
Oh my gosh.
What we're talking about, Dolmar?
A lot of money. Let me do the math real quick. So we're talking about $361,000.
While COVID-19.
$361,000 between the month of March and April during the COVID-19. Oh my gosh.
There you go.
Oh my God.
And this is like real. It can't get more realer than that. So
yeah, you guys show the bank accounts, you guys show your CRM, your system, you pull the curtain back. Listen, man, thank you so much for doing this. I can't thank you enough. This is what the people want to see, because again, there's so much noise out there, and people don't know what to believe, and you willing to be this transparent, this real is really helpful. It's really refreshing, honestly, to show that you guys don't have to just talk theory. It's like, no, I'm going to show you. This is what we're doing.
The crazy part, Dolmar, we don't even tell anybody. We're kind of we're silent killers.
I love that. I love that.
People that are bragging out there, and then they're probably not even doing half of the deals that they're saying. They're just, on Facebook, you can just be anybody on Facebook. But open up the curtains. Open up the curtains.
Exactly.
Now I'm talking smack.
I love it though. I love it. I love it. Listen, when you are real and you're really doing this like you are, you can do that, right? So I love it. And again, that's what we preach, that's what we promote. That's our that's everything about what we do, is be real, be authentic. And because of that, you're going to help a lot of people in their decision making, and you're showing them that, hey, this is positively impacting our company, our families right now. And because of what you guys are doing, we can share with others to help them make their decision if this business is for them or not. And hopefully it can positively impact them and their lives in their areas. And if they're able to get into this business and make a ton of money as well, they can then go back and give back to their community in a positive way and help to change other people's lives. And that starts to have a snowball effect. So thank you for being so transparent. And I love that you guys are women crushing it, rocking it in your area.
The girls in Jersey and New York killing it also. I mean, so I love that.
Yeah, I'm actually talking to them next. I'm talking to the girls in Jersey and New York to see what they're doing. They were just telling me, Dolmar, I got 5 deals closing this week.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, dude, I just love seeing so many people winning right now, in spite of what's going on. So thank you.
And just to say, like on April, we have some deals that are closing. That's not included on what the math, we still have another deal it's 86,000 and another one for 40. That wasn't included in what you did the math. So yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's still happening, guys. It's still happening.
Yeah, you just, honestly, you just have to really, your mindset the mindset should not change. Yeah, it's a little bit scary right now. It's a little bit worrisome, but you just have to still stay in that positive mindset, so I mean, your mindset is everything. And just like you said, you definitely have to surround yourself with other people that are still working so that everybody can learn from each other.
Absolutely. And my last question for you is, what did you guys specifically do with your buyers? Because right now, I hear reports of buyers backing out of deals, private lenders backing out of deals, or private lenders even tightening up on their criteria to lend money. They practically want blood from you or your firstborn child, it seems like, to even consider lending money to you, right? So those that are still lending are being a little bit more conservative, and that may affect some buyers that are trying to buy deals. So what have you guys done specifically in that area, part of your business on the disposition side, to still, get these deals to go through?
So what we did, actually, when everything was just really starting to go down, is we sent out an email blast and to all of our buyers and said, hey, if you are still buying, reply to this email with still buying. That way we cut out all the unnecessary, stuff that's not work, people that are not really serious or people that are scared. And that's the pool that we use right now. So we already know who's actively buying, as well as, like I said, we're using MLS to our advantage. I mean, MLS has a lot of buyers.
Yeah, it does.
So we have Raquel, who is contacting the buyers anywhere within the radius of any properties that we get. And honestly, if we don't get any response from that, then we net list it.
So yeah, and so we cut down our buyers list in half pretty much, but now it's like with serious buyers, not the ones that claim to be buyers. We said, can our real buyers please stand up?
Man, you're on fire today, man. I love your spunk today. You're awesome. So thank you so
every
much.
Day.
Thank you so much, guys. I really, really appreciate you doing this. And any final words you want to say to everyone to stay positive, stick in there? Any final words?
Stay positive and evolve. You can't get stuck in old ways if we know they're not working. Stay positive, and you just gotta roll with the changes.
And another thing, use this time, leverage this time to keep learning, sharpening your skills. This is not the time to go home, watch TV and, do all of this. Sharpen your skills. If there's anything that you feel like your weaknesses was, sharpen that skill and learn from it, and just stay yourself educated and just keep that mind right. Don't leave room for negativity. Turn off the news, put on something, like some motivation, or learn how to, keep your buyers list, or learn how to do something that you always wanted to learn. This is the time to learn right now, and definitely use it to your advantage. So when things do get better, hey, this is when you go all in. So leverage this time to do something wisely, to use it.
Amazing. I mean, I agree wholeheartedly. I'm tempted sometimes to want to watch Tiger King to figure out what everyone else is talking about, because everyone's doing
Not waste your time.
So cooking was something that I really never liked. Guess what? I'm using this time to learn how to cook better. I sent Gloria all this cooking that I'm doing. So I'm like, hey, that was one of my biggest weaknesses. So now I'm cooking and I'm doing more cooking. So
you and me both. I hate cooking. I hate being in the kitchen. The thought actually crossed my mind the other day, like maybe I can use this time to learn how to cook a little bit.
Oh, yeah. And my husband's loving it. He's like, dang, woman, you do know how to cook. You use that excuse. You're like, well, this. So yeah, you got to use this time to leverage something that you weren't really good at before, and, get good at it. So yeah, just use this time wisely for something good.
Awesome. And I'd also add to that, don't waste a good recession. It's where people become millionaires and billionaires.
That's going to be it.
Yeah, exactly. So don't waste this opportunity right now. This is an amazing opportunity for real estate investors specifically. While other businesses, and there's news out there of businesses going out of business, people going out of business, losing their jobs, businesses going bankrupt, there are other industries and other businesses that are thriving right now. And for us as real estate investors, it's a huge opportunity. Very soon in the coming days, there are going to be a lot of homeowners, millions and millions of homeowners that are going to need help. And we're uniquely positioned and equipped to be able to help these people. So get educated, learn all you can. And I'd also add, learn more than one strategy. Don't just be a one-trick pony. Yeah. Now is the time to lean in and learn creative financing and all the different, REOs, short sales. All of these strategies are going to be things that are going to be coming up in the next few months of strategies that you can be able to do and deploy to be able to get more deals done. So I would encourage you to not just be a one-trick pony, learn other ways.
Don't listen to the negativity, because real estate is not dead.
There you go. You said it. So on that note, thank you so much. This was The Real Deal with Gloria and Andrea in Texas, representing for the women out there.
That's right.
Thank you so much for hopping on and doing this and pulling the curtain back on your business and being so transparent as you could be. I mean, you can't get more real than showing your bank account, right? So thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dolmar.
Take care, guys.
Bye.